Hey guys, want to learn how to make this? These are chuletas, guisadas, or stewed pork chops, also known as braised. Okay, welcome to my channel. Glad to have you here. Stay tuned. Okay guys, so today we're going to be making stewed pork chops, or some people call it braised. They're also called in Spanish chuletas fritas, and well, actually no, chuletas guisadas. Fritas is fried. Chuletas guisadas. Chuletas fritas is another video that I'm going to be making. All right, so we have 4 pork chops here, and they've already been seasoned overnight. They're marinated in adobo, sazon. Let me see, what else did I put in here? Black pepper, oregano. We're going to add some additional things as we're cooking them. Garlic. Yeah. Oh, I can smell the garlic. And I mashed extra garlic. Okay. So, this is going to go in here. We're going to turn on our pan. Alright, and we're going to stew them. Now, actually, you know what? I would like to fry them first. Pan fry them a little just to sear them. Okay, and then after that, we're going to stew them. And we're going to stew them in the very liquid that they marinated in. Okay. See, I'm trying to put you guys on pause for a bit. Alright, so we're going to start pan frying them just to sear them a bit. Okay, and I should have used a larger pan. Unfortunately, we're only going to be able to fit 2 in here. So we'll just do 2 at a time. We've only got 4 anyway, so as soon as this is done, we'll put the rest in there. Also, I forgot to tell you, I put a little bit of oil in here with some canola oil. Okay, you can use whatever oil you want, doesn't really matter. And after this is done frying, we're also going to add some green peppers, maybe a little bit more sazon, some tomato sauce, because we're stewing this, oregano, and some more seasoning. You know, you use whatever seasonings you like with your pork chops. I'm going to use a little bit of, I'm not using my favorite poultry seasoning today. We have a little bit of cumin, which I had added in here already into the marinade, so I may not use it again. And I'm going to use a little bit of cornstarch with cold water, and that's to thicken up the stew, because I like the gravy, not gravy consistency, but I do like it a little bit thicker. I don't like it too runny. Okay, so let's look at this. Okay, we're going to let that go for a little bit more. Alright, I covered it because it was splattering all over the place, and I really do not feel like getting burnt. Okay, so let's see how this is looking. Okay, that's good. Alright. Okay, that's really good. Okay, so now we're going to remove these 2. Okay. careful with that hot oil. Alright. And again, if it splatters all over, you can just remember to cover them up. Okay, we're going to save, but remember the marinating liquid, we're saving it. Okay. Alright, so we're going to remove our pork chops. Okay, these are nice. So, okay, we're going to put them off to the side. We're going to turn off our oil. We're going to get rid of this grease. You don't need it any longer. But we're going to use the same pan. Alright, so in the same pan, we're going to add, okay, our half of our green peppers. We're going to add some recao that I have in the freezer. And again, I know I've been promising a video for this, how to make this. Okay, I just have to remember to make one. Alright, and this is, for those of us that know, this is a mixture that you make in the food processor with cilantro, green peppers, garlic, and onions. Okay, and this is what flavors your food. And then a lot of Hispanic cuisine, this is what you use. You flavor a lot of your foods with this. Okay, so hopefully this skillet is has enough room, because I'm going to put all the 4 pork chops back in there. And again, we're going to use our marinating liquid. Alright, so we're using the marinating liquid, and you don't have to worry about the liquid having any harmful bacteria or anything in it. That, by the way, this is tomato sauce that I have left over. This is canned tomato sauce. We're going to use a little bit of that in our pork chops, and I'm going to save a little bit of that because I'm going to make some rice later on. Okay, and we have a little bit of garlic in here. That I crushed inside a piece of parchment paper. Okay, and a little bit of sazon. I had already put it in the pork chop, but I'd like to put a little bit in there for the to color the liquid for the stew. And again, like I was saying, you don't have to be worried about any bacteria that may have built up during the marinating process overnight, because what we're going to do is we're going to use the liquid to cook for about, we're going to cook the pork chops in here for about 40 minutes, you know, maybe longer. And that's going to cook away anything that, you know, in there, so you don't have to worry about that. You know, and as long as your food was refrigerated, I don't really think you really have to worry about that. You know, so we're going to put our liquid in there. Okay, you smell that? It smells very good. You can smell the garlic and all the seasonings in there. Okay, and the reason I'm using the marinated liquid is because it has a lot of flavor in it. So we might as well make use of it. You know, why throw it away? so we're gonna stir that in there. Okay, then in there we're gonna add our pork chops. All right, there we go. We're also going to add some water. All right. Just enough water to cover the top. Okay, we're gonna skim that also. Okay, we're gonna add a little bit more sazon for color. And I like to use this seasoning. This is poultry seasoning, a different kind I got. Southern blend. It has a very, I just like the aroma of it. It's, and you don't have to use your seasoning just because it says it's poultry. Doesn't mean you just have to use it for poultry. You can use it on whatever you like. Okay, I mean, you're cooking to your taste. All right, a little bit of sazon, adobo. Poultry seasoning, a little bit of cumin, not too much because cumin kind of like just a dash of it, it overwhelms, has an overwhelming flavor, very dominant flavor, so you don't want to add too much. A little bit of adobo, about a third of a teaspoon, and again the cornstarch is going to be last. All right, we're going to let this come to a boil. I'm going to skim the top of it when it starts to boil because I want to get rid of some of the stuff on top. All right, and again, like I said, this is going to cook for about 40 minutes or longer. The pork chops are about 3/4 of an inch thick. They're very thick. I thought they were thinner than that. So they're going to need time to cook down. All right, a little bit of black pepper. I almost forgot. Okay. There you go. And again, you add whatever you like into your, as your seasonings. You don't have to use what I use. You have something better that you like, you can use that. Okay guys, as you can see, our pork chops are boiling. Everything is simmering and cooking. So what we're gonna do is try and keep the water above the, just right above the pork chops. So you just got to check on it every few minutes, and we're going to leave this here for about 40 minutes, maybe a little bit longer. We just want the meat to get tender and get soft. Okay, so we're just going to cover that, and we're going to keep an eye on it, and we're going to lower the heat. Okay, we're going to lower it to low. And even though we lower it, it's still going to simmer because we've got the top on it. Okay guys, we're back. We've added our cornstarch. We just mixed a little bit of cold water with about 1.5 tablespoons of cornstarch. Okay. Oh, I hope you guys can see this. I know it looks a little bit dark in here. I don't know why. Okay, I think that's better. Let me see, maybe if I move my light for some reason, I don't know why the video looks dark. There you go. Okay. Alrighty. All right, so you've got a nice thick gravy, not very thick. I just like it to be, have a little bit of, you know, be a little bit heavy. I like the meat to be nice and moisturized, and the meat is nice and tender because I just pricked it with the fork and it's going in easily. So I cooked these were about 3/4 of an inch thick, and they took about an hour actually to cook. An hour, maybe a little bit more, maybe an hour, 10 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to turn this off. All right, we're going to take one out. Okay, there we go. Okay, that's what it looks like. All right, maybe we'll put a little bit of the gravy on top of that. Okay. Okay, guys, if you're still with me, please, if you haven't subscribed yet, please remember, only takes a second. Just click on the subscribe button, and like that, you'll be notified of any videos that I make. Okay, and I really appreciate it. Okay, here we go. That's, all right, that's our pork chop. Again, the videos, I don't know why the video seems to be so dark, but anyway, there's the pork chop. Right, we're going to cut into it. Okay, I don't know if you can see that. Nice and tender. Very easy to cut into. Very nice, beautiful. Okay, that's what it looks like. Okay, and I'm going to take this. Nice and moist. Okay, I'm going to take this piece right here. There you go. A little bit of the gravy. There you go. Wonderful, guys. Thanks for stopping by.